Hello there and welcome to another LEGO Rumours and Releases video. And today we'll be going over the November update or October to November update, basically everything that's happened and all the sets that have been released and all the rumours we've got yet to come that have come out before November. So it's kind of an October update, but then again we are going into November tomorrow, so I think I'll call this the November update. Now first off, Smiths have another build and take. Well, I guess another take, as they were giving away a few poly bags I think last weekend, and now Saturday 4th of November from 9 AM in all participating Smith stores, which are likely going to be all of them. Children can go in, build their own Christmas decoration out of the three options you can see on your screen and take them away. Again, it's a huge disappointment that this is aimed at kids. Everyone knows LEGO is not just for kids, and as an AFOL myself, this is really heartbreaking to hear. I'd have loved to build a few of these, but I have actually built these three models using my own pieces. I'll put a picture up on screen now, and I don't think they look half bad, so I might end up adding them to my Christmas decorations when we put them up. But I'd love to see something like this aimed at everybody and not just a small age category. We know full well that the staff are going to be able to take home any spares, and I'd just love to build this myself. And also this time at LEGO stores, so yes, that does mean it is aimed at all ages. November 4th, 10 till 12, and November the 5th, 12 till 2, in all LEGO stores that are participating. Again, that is likely to be all of them, though you may have to check ahead of time. You're able to build your own Rangoli design for Diwali. Now, this is the same one as last year, so if you did do it last year, perhaps you don't want to go and build it again. However, just looking at all the pieces you get, I mean, you can see top right, you're getting 64 white tiles, 64 red, 52 yellow, 16 blue and green, 36 pink, 8 purple. It's a great parts pack, and you also get the giant plate that these all will sit on. Now, of course, by the time this video is out, it'll be the final day for the move-in gift with purchase, but there is something you might want to last minute pre-order to pick up this set, and that is the new release just off the press today as I'm recording this video, the Natural History Museum. It does look really cool and comes in at the small price of £259.99, and this set will be shipping from the 1st of December, so I wonder if it will be in stores 1st of December. I do suppose so, and it does look overall a good build. 4,014 pieces. Again, it's pretty pricey, and I'd have loved to see maybe another floor, adding a bit of height to it, but I guess what it doesn't have in height, it makes up in width, as it does look like quite a chunky build compared to what we're used to seeing. Before we take a closer look at the model, I'd also like to point out on the top corners of the building, the little micro figures in the arch pieces. Now, if LEGO would have come out with a window piece with studs on the bottom, this would make it a lot easier than having to put one of them little frying pan studs holding the micro figure and wedge that in another brick. So again, I'd just like to put it out there, I think that is in LEGO's best interest, but let's take a look at this set. Now, as you can see, there are quite a few minifigures that come with this set. You've got some sort of worker and perhaps someone who studies the dinosaur fossils down on the bottom left, and a few minifigures that you can populate your museum, though realistically, you'll definitely want to add a few minifigures to make this look as packed as the museums always are. But there are some banners which aren't printed tiles or nothing. They look to be some plastic or paper pieces that are dangling from the front of the museum, advertising not only the space theme but also the dinosaurs theme. Of course, we've got the dinosaur right here, which does look very much like Dippy from the British History Museum. And you've also got two statues out front. LEGO are going a little statue crazy. Statues are popping up everywhere, but I cannot complain, as I think they do look really cool in this context. Now, as you can see, we get a close look at the interior, and we do have a little space section dedicated upstairs where you can not only see a brick-built planet and a few little rockets going around, especially the one from the classic space LEGO theme that I have recreated using only 2 pieces, but also a few other pirate hats and boats. And on the ground floor there is a main dinosaur theme, as well as the desk where you can check in, and also by the looks a little bathroom hidden away. And that is not all, as on the roof they've made very good use of that front sort of rounded off piece and given this staff member his own office to be typing away and discovering brand new things to add to the museum. Now, I think what would do best for this museum is if you ended up buying two. I know that is coming up to £500, that is way too much money, but we'll get onto that in a second because you definitely need to add some floors to this and maybe even make it a bit wider, push it further back, as museums tend to be huge. But of course, Lego have tried to make this affordable and done as good a job as I think we could get from them. Again, a load of pieces have gone into this model and the modular builds are very expensive as it is, but £259.99. I definitely won't be picking up this set, but if you do have that sort of money to spend on Lego, then definitely be sure to pre-order it as you can right now on lego.com. Now, another set you can pre-order, and funnily enough it also ships from the 1st of December, is this new tiny plant set, which I think the base of this would go very well with the piranha plant from Mario, as my fiance said that would look like the plant from Little Shop of Horrors. But this set is £45. It comes with 9 tiny plants and 759 pieces. £44.99 isn't too bad, as you're basically paying about 6-7 pence per brick. But there are some very interesting pieces you get in this set. For instance, the only exclusive printed tile I can see, in fact, the only printed tile I can see in this set, is this 2x2 round piece on the cactus, which has the little spikes that you tend to see on a cactus. It does look really cool, and perhaps they could have done this with Wolverine's claws. I think it just looks silly if they did anything but the printed tile, because you just can't get this detail with unprinted Lego bricks. But the main focus is on the other 6 plants, as these first 3 here, you can see the butterflies in a brand new colour, this purple colour, which even if you don't want that particular plant, if you get this set, you can add them to your city elsewhere and build another model for this pot. You can also see in bright red, again, a brand new colour, the clamshells that have shown up in Little Mermaid sets and have recently made it to the Maze gift with purchase. We also have the Paperboy hat, which showed up in a CMF and I think 3 other city sets, and that shows up here in a brand new colour again, this dark green, to give this bush some leaves. And I think all these pieces have been implemented well to make up all these different types of flowers, and I wonder the process they go through to decide which piece gets to become a flower, as you can even see there's some devil horns in bright red on the clamshell, which I don't know how they can just think of on the spot. As for the other 3 plants, we have the one on the left, which uses this cake topper piece upside down, again brand new colour in this green, to create a Venus flytrap, as well as one of the pieces for the leaves, which I couldn't quite identify. I have no idea what you type into Lego to get that piece to show up. But if we move on to the middle one, you can not only see the mop heads acting as sort of stems for these plants, but also the hat from the father of Indiana Jones, and it's been used a few more times in Lego in this nice bright green. And if we move over to the right, we've got the shoulder pauldrons, which I think were last used on the Nutcracker from the last Lego CMF series. And if you look further down, of course, you can see the brushes once again in a unique colour, this dark red, which looks really nice. And I'm a fan of dark red pieces anyway, so to include them in this plant is definitely a really good deal. And all these pieces again are exclusive in that colour, so no new moulds, but these pieces will be very rare to find if we don't see them again. Now, another set that many people are excited for, and in fact this one doesn't come out till all the way in February next year, is this Dune Ornithocopter, and it comes out for £150. Very pricey, but this model does look really nice. I mean, this tops anything they could have given us for the Justifier, which come out at the similar price, and that was not Lego's finest hour. But this set has interested me. I know nothing of Dune, so I'm not going to know any of these names, but I do know the tall guy is the Baron, and we'll look at his exclusive cloth piece in a minute. But first, you can see the ship itself. That front cockpit piece is completely exclusive to this set, never been done before, so technically not even Lego have released it yet. But it does have landing gear which pops out, and as you can see, different to the first image, The wings are fully back. There's a little lever that not only pushes the wings back, but there's also a button you can sort of press or wobble, and it makes the wings bounce like they do in the movie as it's flying. So it's definitely a model that not only looks good on shelves and can be positioned in the narrowest of spots, but also looks really good to swoosh around. And honestly, if this is ever on sale, I might have to pick this up. This has really interested me so much. You've also got the exclusive fins on the wing, which are one of the longest pieces Lego have ever done, and they even fare up to the giant Lego base plate. But on to the figures here. They've basically got them all. I mean, I haven't watched the movie, but to have 8 figures in one set, why couldn't we got this for Andor? This would have been amazing. But you can see far right, the Baron does outshine them all. They've all got decent printing. Few of them have got legs, except for the green legs, and no arm printing in sight. But the Baron does have this giant cape piece to resemble his giant gown that he wears in the movie. And these are all based on the characters from the movie rather than the novel or any other interpretations of the book. So we finally know where all the material for the karmas of the clone troopers have gone. But in all seriousness, these look amazing as minifigures. I mean, you've got some of the new eye printing for the 2 characters on the left with the blue eyes. You can see there's some sort of scarf which might be in a new colour. The cape looks like one of them shorter torn up capes, so that could be new. It looks like there's a new chest piece accessory for the 4th character along, and for the 5th one, I'm not sure if we've got that golden hood with any of the exclusive Harry Potter characters, but if we haven't, I'm sure that is a brand new piece. So this set is a lot of new elements. You've obviously got the cockpit piece and the wings and all the functions for this set, so it's definitely earned its £150. Now, on to a new theme which I talked about in my last video, and we've actually got a look at some of the sets here. First up, for the new Animal Crossing range, which all comes out March the 1st next year. This one's the most expensive, £65, Nook's Cranny and Rosie's House. Now, Nook's Cranny isn't exactly run by Nook, as this is the shop that Timmy and Tommy run, but the buildings do look really cool. The house itself you can actually switch out some windows for, and I'm really liking the new window pieces we're getting here. Again, I'm not sure if we'll get these for any city sets in the new year, but they do look really cool and just add a bit more depth to your Lego builds. So this is the first of a new theme, and onto Isabella's house visit. Again, this is also coming out March 1st, but this is £35, so nearly half price. You're still getting the 2 minifigures. You're also getting a present with a balloon, a few of the tools, the shovel, the hammer, the slingshot, and one of the villagers' houses, which once again includes a change of windows. Now, one of these smaller sets, it's in at £25, which does seem pricey compared to the last one, and even the first one, it's nearly half the price. No buildings, just a bit of scenery. Also comes though with a boat, 2 minifigures again. All these minifigures use brand new exclusive head molds, and there are a few exclusive printed pieces which I really do hope are printed and are not stickers, as stickers just aren't worth as much, and when you're paying this much you really do hope to get some printed pieces. Now on to one of the cheaper sets, Bunny's Outdoor Adventure. It comes with a nice little tent, £17.99, only 1 minifigure, but also comes with a spider, a really cool printed yellow butterfly, and you can even see there's a tile on the ground that towards the left, just under the cherry tree, which has the little digging mark where you can put your shovel to work and get some coins, which again you can see just below the tent. And even the wooden logs have the printed pieces, and that really is why you're paying so much. It has a little play feature at the back where you can jump over the stream, though it's not the easiest to use as you have to clip the minifigure. And onto the final set, Julian's Birthday Party, £12.99. Does come with a few cool pieces. You can actually see the cake topper, which is coming in a brand new colour for the flower pot, and I did mention that earlier, but I think this white bar piece that goes between the lamppost and the tree is one of the new sturdier ones you can position, rather than the flexible ones we've been accustomed to getting in the past. So the Animal Crossing theme does look really cool. I'll be interested to see if it's a one-off or if they'll do a few more, and it is a shame that Nintendo's first set of minifigures comes in the form of Animal Crossing, and we're yet to get any for Mario. But with the new Sonic sets, perhaps that will change. before we go to Sonic, let's take a look at Star Wars. Now, I normally start with Star Wars, but I thought new sets coming out, let's get them out of the way. Quick question before we continue. Do you know which of these 4 groups of LEGO sets, so you've got the MIDI scales, microfighters, mechs and helmets, will not be continuing in the next year? Now, I'll give you a second to think about it, but I think this is a real disaster that any one of these will not be continuing, as so many of them have the potential. And if you haven't guessed by now, the answer is the LEGO Star Wars helmets. So we will be seeing microfighters in the new year, which we haven't really known about until recently. Of course, this is still all speculation. We haven't had anything official from LEGO. However, I think it does make sense that the mech and microfighters will continue. They're popular enough to continue, and the mechs have even been re-released into a 3-pack because of how well they are selling. And I just can't wait to see what the future of MIDI scale sets holds. So it's a shame to lose the helmets. I personally wasn't a big fan of all of them, and there were some decisions they made which definitely could have gone a lot better for the line. However, it does mean that the helmets will be much more popular once they're off LEGO shelves, and I wonder if we'll ever see them return to our stores. But if you haven't watched the last few rumour and releases videos, on screen now I'll put up all the other Star Wars sets we're getting, and we do have a few. I think the Invisible Hand might be new. Again, these are all rumours. We know none of these for certain, though it is worth mentioning the Tantive and the R2-D2 set are set to come with exclusive minifigures in the form of Darth Malak and Fives. So that'll be really interesting to speculate what other minifigures we could be getting, and with them all being minifigures we haven't got in LEGO form so far, both of them, I wonder if we'll get brand new minifigures and if there'll be 5 or so of them that we can collect throughout different sets. I just really hope that they're in a few of the cheaper sets rather than, say, the UCS set, which will probably have its own exclusive minifigures. But from that list we can pick out 7 numbers that we don't already have, and this year we got 29 major sets, starting off with the code 753, so that excludes the holiday diorama, any gift with purchases, the May 4th promos. That is just sets that we've got from the Star Wars theme. So 29 is quite a lot, and there's actually a few more that we don't know. We probably won't get the late 2024 sets rumoured at all until even next year, though. In saying that, we did get a spoiler for the Advent figure all the way back in February, I think, of this year. So never say never, but I have predicted my own wave of sets that we can get alongside those that are already predicted. And for microfighters, I think an Ahsoka microfighter is a no-brainer. Now, I was torn between that and a UCS version, though I do think a UCS Ghost will be a bit better than Ahsoka's T6. For the 25th anniversary of both LEGO and Phantom Menace, we've already predicted that the Tantive and R2 will get it, R2 being more of a general set and the Tantive covering the original trilogy. So I think we're due to get a prequel set and maybe even a sequel set coming out for the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars. And that can be alongside a Clone Wars battle pack, because for the 20th anniversary we got a Stormtrooper dropship with 4 Stormtroopers from Rebels, so it'd be really interesting if we get a nice little Clone Wars battle pack on top of the other ones we'll be getting. Now, I am hopeful for the return of mechs, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, Anakin Rex and a Phase 2 clone, just any plain Phase 2 clone, it will go amazing, especially alongside Vader, Boba and a Trooper, because it's basically the prequel variants of the 3. You've got Anakin, his clone that he's close with, and then you've also got one of the plain troopers that fights alongside him. So I think this will look really cool, and linking back to Ahsoka, a Night Troopers battle pack is definitely something we'll need. Of course, we got Bad Batch Season 3 and or Season 2, Acolyte. These will all go alongside the Skeleton Crew set that again has already been rumoured, and with the X-Wing and TIE Fighter off shelves for this year, I think we could probably be expecting a TIE Fighter UCS set or a variant of it for the first half of the year. Vader's TIE Advance would go very nice with Luke's X-Wing from this year though. I would like to see a TIE Defender and perhaps a Y-Wing playset, because we get TIEs and we get X-Wings a lot, TIE Fighters that is, so I'd like a TIE variant and perhaps a different Rebel ship such as the Y-Wing. They could even re-release the Y-Wing in a different colour and make it a Clone Wars variant, perhaps blue and white instead of yellow and grey, and add a beloved clone trooper alongside it. And of course, one of these sets is going to be the advent calendar. They do well every year. I don't see LEGO ending these in the next few years, so I can't wait to see what we get for next year's advent. But in April, we're also getting the visual dictionary. Now, we know this because it's up on Amazon for pre-orders. The cover isn't final yet. However, we do know we are getting an exclusive minifigure with it, and we have no idea what it is. So, alongside the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars minifigures that we may get, I'll probably make another video predicting the minifigures we'll get in the visual dictionary, as I'm really hoping for a LEGO George Lucas. Now, speaking of Star Wars minifigures, we've got some books that have been announced and the covers released for Ami. Now, the covers aren't final, they're just a work in progress for now. You can see, especially for the Mandalorian Warriors, there is no final art, and some of the other ones have just had minifigures placed all over the cover. Though, we'll get the first two out of the way, the official annual for 25 and this Jedi Grandmaster comic book, because they're both expected to come with Yoda, and with the official annual of 25, looking like a Return of the Jedi themed book, it'd be very nice to see the first LEGO Force Ghost in Yoda, although we're probably more likely to get his swamp outfit from the start of the movie. I'm not giving up on a Force Ghost. Now on to the more interesting one, the Mandalorian Fleet Commander, of course, comes in the £90 set with the Fang Fighter, the TIE Interceptor, and personally, not the best minifigures, so if you didn't pick up that set, you'll be able to pick them up in this book. We have no idea how much the book is, though they're usually about £5 to £10 depending where you pick them up. And we also have plenty of other books. You can see all the Ninjago ones with Lloyd, Sora, an Imperial Hunter, Raptor, Arin. A few good minifigures sprinkled throughout there, and I like the miniature mech top left. That does look really cool. If you can stand a minifigure behind that, that would be awesome. And of course, Dreams, the new line for this year. You've got an activity box which comes with 3 books, perhaps the other 3 you can see on the screen. One coming with Zoe, one coming with Mateo and his pen sword, and another with Cooper and this little nightmare creature, which is a fun build. Now, of course, Cooper is coming in the next magazine, though he doesn't seem to have his helmet here, and he definitely does for the next magazine. And on to a few others. We've got City here with a race car driver, an astronaut, a diver, and a little baby turtle, and a few friend sets with Leanne, Nova, and Paisley. And then perhaps more interesting to most here, Harry Potter, we've got Lupin and a Dementor, which is this new funky brick build, which definitely looks a bit different to the moulded ghost piece that we used to get in. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. We've also got Harry and Cho with their Quidditch accessories, Harry again in another book, and Cho being the final minifigure for Harry Potter. Because we also get Harry Potter as the team captain. I do suppose these Harrys and Chos will all be the same minifigure, just with different content in the book. And for the Jurassic line, we're getting Ian and a little baby dinosaur egg, and also Kenji, and then getting Harley Quinn for the DC novel. Now, there are plenty of other books. You can see Santa here, some interesting dog builds, a corgi with a treadmill, and a few other activity books. So if these interest you, keep an eye out. I'm not sure when these will all be releasing, but they'll probably be sometime next year. And thanks to Brick Clicker, we have a look at the new Build a Minifigure wave for Christmas this year. This will be the final one. We've just got the new 7 minifigures for the final big wave of this final quarter. And now we've got a nice look at the Christmas ones. Santa in dark red. It looks amazing. I can't believe this hasn't been done before, and I'm definitely going to have to pick him up to go with Mrs. Claus that I picked up last year. Now, as for the other two, the one on the left has a nice blue wintry dress and definitely quite a good pink hairpiece. You don't see too many pink hairpieces going around. But the snowflake is on the pick-a-brick wall, and again, Shovel isn't too exciting for the guy on the right, though his hat definitely looks really cool, and even the jacket gives off a very Christmassy theme, so it'd be great for populating your winter wonderlands. And thanks to Brick Me Happy MTY on Instagram, we've got a look at the pamphlet that will be coming alongside the minifigures for Series 25, coming January the 1st, and will likely retail for about $5 or £3.50 here in the UK. Now, this series does look wonderful. Of course, the 25th non-branded Lego series. As you can see, Giant 25 on the front of the train, and the kid with the train costume just on the bottom row, alongside some sort of eagle being with the fairly new Demigorgon legs. You've also got some sort of Spartan and a dog groomer with a new dog piece, as far as I'm aware. A trike costume, a weightlifter. We've also got a cool little fungi mushroom character with this printed on butterfly, which looks amazing. I'll get to the goat in a minute, because the top row we've got this old inspector. We've also got this gamer girl with a cool keyboard and mouse printed piece. I definitely want to pick that up. We've got this dark warrior. Always interest me, these sort of characters. And we've also got an athlete on the right, and you can see he's making use of not one but two of the new sort of Paralympic styled leg pieces. Now, for this goat piece here, there was an old set back in the day which came with the goat. The goat did have some printing, which this one is missing, as I suppose they didn't want to put that much money into a CMF series. Bringing back the goat probably cost enough as it was. But it's great to see the goat again. You've got this wanderer as well with him, which the printing on these minifigures does look pretty cool. No side of the leg and side of the arm printing as we saw with a Marvel CMF, though this is not a branded set. And even the trike looks like they have something printed on their right arm, so perhaps we'll see it few and far across these non-branded sets. Though I'm very happy with the selection we got. I've definitely got to pick up the top four in the corner: the mushroom, the goat, the inspector, the gamer. And you know what, I wouldn't mind picking up any of these others, and I do suppose these will be coming in the boxes, so it'll be fairly easy to know which ones you get in. So stick around and I might try and pick up a few of these minifigures when they come out. Now, speaking of new minifigures, Lego have announced the 3 new minifigures coming to Sonic in the new year. We've got Rouge, we got Knuckles, and we got Shadow. Now, Rouge was a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one, because we knew we were probably going to get Knuckles and Shadow based on the names of the sets that have leaked. Knuckles, of course, coming in a mech set, and Shadow coming in a lab, which is sort of given considering how the second movie ended. And though they are not based on the movies and more so on the games, I wouldn't mind seeing a little tie-in to perhaps a third movie coming out, depending which characters we get in there, as we've got so many characters to get, such as Amy, Shade, Cream, Big, and even characters such as Blaze or Silver. With that first line, you can definitely tell which game I grew up playing. But speaking of mechs, I can't wait to see what's coming for mechs in the new year. We've got Ninjago, we've got possibly Sonic. Marvel's gonna have some, not as big as the ones on screen, but a small Venom and a small War Machine mech wouldn't hurt, alongside perhaps another one, just to keep them in groups of 3. Hopefully we get to see another 3 Ninjago mechs, which I can almost guarantee will be replacing the spinners in the January wave. And again, Star Wars, I can't wait to see which minifigures are chosen, though Anakin is definitely a figure we need updated. Now, whilst we're looking at new figures, the Armadillo did win the mob vote of Minecraft Live this year, which means chances are we'll get the Armadillo in a Lego set pretty soon. By the looks of the sets, when the LA won, they did already prepare a copper golem set, which they managed to change into an iron golem. So it'll be interesting not only seeing which set they put the Armadillo in, but also any sets where the other 2 would have worked well, as I'm pretty sure we'll end up getting some icy set which would have originally housed the Penguin. But I can't wait to see the Armadillo and all the other sets coming to Minecraft. Now, as for Speed Champions, you know about the Ford, the Audi, the BMW that I all covered in my last video. But the other set that we will be getting belongs to McLaren, and it is their F1 car. Now, it hasn't been made clear if this is their car that's called the F1, or if this is going to be their car that they use to participate in F1 racing. However, based on the price, it won't be a huge model, so will likely be their Formula 1 car downsized to the typical Speed Champion size, which is about 8 bricks wide and so many bricks long. Now, before I end this video, there is a set I'm missing, the Piranha Plant, which is the only set coming out in November. And we've also got this Galileo gift with purchase, which does come out starting tomorrow. But these will both be covered in tomorrow's video, and as nothing else is coming out, I thought I'd leave these for their own video. It saves me waffling on about all the other sets that I've spoken about today, and sort of breaks up the 2 videos, so this one isn't as long. So stay tuned, subscribe, and check out tomorrow's video if you want to see these sets. And if you like today's video, do drop a like. And as always, may the bricks be with you.